Hello everyone, I am Vismay. Today we will discuss about workflow of WhatsApp flow, that how this WhatsApp flow JSON interact with the Node.js, and also this video dedicated to all the clients who contacted me for making this kind of form for their businesses, but unfortunately their WhatsApp CRM provider was not providing the Webhook facility. That's why that was not successful. So make sure when you sign up for any WhatsApp CRM, they provide a Webhook facility. Webhook is nothing but one kind of API where you will receive all the data whenever any particular action is triggered. In this case, whenever any message received like hi or any media files like documents, image, whatever the conversation happens on the WhatsApp, so it will trigger this webhook URL, and by this URL you will receive the data and you can perform the action. So you have to copy this webhook API path and paste into your WhatsApp CRM. So once you set this URL, or path, you will receive all the conversation in your Node.js code, and you can perform the actions like saving the data into the database of WhatsApp flow. And you can also integrate third-party APIs like Zoho API. So first of all, let's start from the demo. Let me show you the demo of my appointment booking, which I have created earlier. So I have created three menus: new appointment, update appointment, delete appointment. So I'm clicking on new appointment. For the testing purpose, I have use testing number. Let's select all the necessary information. This everything is dynamic, which is connected with Google Calendar. Then fill your personal information, contact details. This is the summary. Then click on the confirm appointment. As you can see, my booking is set and confirmed. It is 13/11/2025. As you can see, the event has been created, and you can also check in the Google Sheet. And I am also storing in the MongoDB. If you want API, then this MongoDB is useful. Now let's move to the another functions, which is update. Let's click on update appointment. It will show you the list of appointments which you have booked up earlier. So let's click on cosmetic dentistry. I am selecting pediatric dentistry. Then click on continue. I'm changing the email. Pediatric dentistry and the name and the email. Then click on confirm application. As you can see, the name, email and the service type has been changed. Now let's check the delete functionality. Then select the delete appointment option. This will list all the book appointments. Now click on, let's select this one, this previous appointment. As you can see, the previous appointment has been deleted from the Excel sheet, from the Google Sheet, and also from Google Calendar, also from the MongoDB. So let's start from the first. When you are sending the message hi, this will come here. Before we move ahead, I want to show you the connection of the Webhook for the conversation and the Webhook for the WhatsApp flow. For the conversation, you have to add the URL, Webhook URL and the token. This Webhook URL is nothing but the API where you will receive all the conversation of the WhatsApp. Then you have to enable the option of messages. Also need to enable the flows for receiving the flow data. Flow means this form data. And also have to set up this endpoint, phone number, public key, connect meta app. If you don't know how to set up, then you can check my video. I will give the link in the description. Let's check how the user will interact and the flow, that how it will interact in the Node APIs. So first of all, I have created two APIs, which is Webhook route. So when you click on verify, click on verify and save, this will come here. Where I have written the condition. If the message contains hi text, then it will send the hello greeting message, and also send the menu. Here the menu. So this is this menu, the greeting message and the menu. So once you click on appointment, then you will see these three options. So when you click on new appointment, it will send the flow message. API for sending the flow. So when you select a new appointment option, it will send flow via this API. So you have to copy the flow ID from the WhatsApp flow dashboard. This ID, you have to copy this ID and paste into the APIs in the flow ID. Then I am sending the phone number and the random ID. You can also change it based on your requirements. So once I send this new appointment, I will receive the flow, this one. So when I click on start testing your flow, this will open the flow. So this will go through from this routing, then open the flow Wbhook verification. Once the flow Wbhook verification API calls, it decrypt the request here and receive the data in decrypted body, and then calling the next screen, in which it contains few actions like init, data exchange, and navigation and complete. There are 4 actions provided by the meta. When you open the form, that comes into the init action. So if it is for the update, then it will set the data. If it is not, then it will create process for the create appointment. Whenever I open that form, this will fetch from the Google calendars and set. When I clicking on the date, it will go into the data underscore exchange action, which is I have mentioned here. Let me show you in JSON. Here it is, data underscore exchange. So when I click on data underscore exchange, I will get the date which is selected from here. Based on that date, I will set the time and fetch the time. After getting the time from the Google Calendar, I am setting the enable and disable. Let me show you in the code. So I have created here on date change. Here I have called the API for getting the available dates, for getting the available times. Then I am enabling and disabling from here, as you can see. Once you set it from here, you will see timing here. Few times will be disable and few times will be enable based on the availabilities, as I show you in the demo. Then when you click on continue, this will redirect to the next screen, which is details. So here you can write the name, email, phone. You can use any input forms like a drop down, radio button group. Let me show you the components which you can use in the WhatsApp flow. Here are the components which is supported by the WhatsApp flow, which you can use in your form, which is basic text, heading, subheading, caption, body, rich text, text entry, checkbox group, radio group, footer, opt-in, drop-down, embedded link, date picker, calendar picker, image, if, switch, media upload, navigation list, chip selector, image carousel. You can use these components based on your requirements. Now let's come to the topic. So once you write this name, email, phone and the message, then when you click on the continue button, so once you click on the continue button, it will come into the JSON data exchange. So the case is nothing but the screen ID, which is appointment. Let me show you. Appointment details summary. So currently we are in the details screen. So when you click on the continue, it will come here in the details. In the details case, here I have set the date, time, service type and the name, email and phone. So I am displaying appointment and details as I shown you in the demo. So whatever the activity you done on the WhatsApp flow, the request come here in the API in the flow Webhook verification, where it will decrypt the data. In the controller, it will decrypt the data and send to this get next screen. When you open the form, this will come into the init. Then when you click on the on change event, this data exchange underscore extent will then the request will come here in the data underscore exchange, and screen wise this data will set and the modify. Once the data has been filled by the users, the data will be sent to the database. Once you set the data, I have created one function for create booking, which basically store the data into the database and creating event on the Google Calendar and also creating the records on the Google Sheet. And same way I have used update booking for update the booking details. Now let me explain this JSON file. So whenever you use any form, you have to set the data and their type, then the properties type as well, ID and the title. And you have to also write the example. Here I have write a general dentistry, cosmetic dentistry. Then you have to write this service type into the components. See data. So this is service type. So you can set data dynamically like this, data.service type. Likewise, you can set all the dynamic data, and this is the data underscore extend. So you can call the on change event from here. You can set the time. Once you fill all the data from the first screen, you can send the data using the payload. You can see I have used on click action. So this footer is basically used for the redirection, 3 properties, name, nest and the payload. So you can send form data to next screen like this, then you will receive in the next screen. in the details, and this is the initial value. As I show you above, you can set the payloads and send to the next screen, which is summary, and the next screen is summary, where I am displaying the appointment and details. So this is the appointment, text, body, and the details. So this is the example. So you have to write the data type and the example of it. Then you have to set the data in the payload for saving into the database and creating the event and inserting the record into the Google Sheet. So by sending this data, you can save this data to anywhere. You can also integrate your CRM APIs. This was inserting the data. Now let's talk about how to updating the data. Now let's move to the another option, which is update menu. So when you're clicking on the update appointment, I'm fetching the data from the database. So once I'm fetching the data from the database, I'm setting here. Basically, I'm setting the data like name, email, phone, more details. So it will automatically set the data based on these names. Let me show you in the Node.js. So when I click on the update appointments, I'm setting the data from here. So once I set data from here, you can see in the WhatsApp form, as I shown you before, you have to just copy this Webhook URL and paste into your WhatsApp CRM. So once you set this URL to your CRM, you will receive all the conversation. So whenever you send message like I want to book an appointment, then you can just add one condition, as I have used here in my API. Let's say you are sending message, I want to book an appointment. So you will just check the condition. Then you can call the function for sending the WhatsApp flow. Then you will receive the WhatsApp flow like this, as I shown you before. Basically, whenever you work with WhatsApp flow, it will come into the flow Webhook verification through the routing. In the flow Webhook verification, it will just decrypting the data and sending into the getNetScreen function. In getNetScreen, it is just performing the actions like data exchange, navigating, or on date change event. So you can perform all the dynamic operation here. Once you perform that all activity, you have to return the data. Once you return the data, it will send back to the flow Webhook verification, where it is encrypting the data and send back to the server. So if you want to make WhatsApp flow, I want to create a form for your business, then you can contact me. If you found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks.